the new god of machines, the new gods of machines, the new god of machines, the new goddess of machines, the new goddesses of machines, the new goddess of machines, the old god of machines, the old gods of machines, the old god of machines, the old goddess of machines, the old goddesses of machines, the old goddess of machines, the greater god of machines, the greater gods of machines, the greater god of machines, the greater goddess of machines, the greater goddesses of machines, the greater goddess of machines, the lesser god of machines, the lesser gods of machines, the lesser god of machines, the lesser goddess of machines, the lesser goddesses of machines, the lesser goddess of machines, the higher god of machines, the higher gods of machines, the higher god of machines, the higher goddess of machines, the higher goddesses of machines, the higher goddess of machines, the lower god of machines, the lower gods of machines, the lower god of machines, the lower goddess of machines, the lower goddesses of machines, the lower goddess of machines, the greater spirit of machines, the greater spirits of machines, the greater spirit of machines, the lesser spirit of machines, the lesser spirits of machines, the lesser spirit of machines, the higher spirit of machines, the higher spirits of machines, the higher spirit of machines, the lower spirit of machines, the lower spirits of machines, the lower spirit of machines, the major god of machines, the major gods of machines, the major god of machines, the major goddess of machines, the major goddesses of machines, the major goddess of machines, the minor god of machines, the minor gods of machines, the minor god of machines, the minor goddess of machines, the minor goddesses of machines, the minor goddess of machines, the superior god of machines, the superior gods of machines, the superior god of machines, the superior goddess of machines, the superior goddesses of machines, the superior goddess of machines, the inferior god of machines, the inferior gods of machines, the inferior god of machines, the inferior goddess of machines, the inferior goddesses of machines, the inferior goddess of machines, the ancestor god of machines, the ancestor gods of machines, the ancestor god of machines, the ancestor goddess of machines, the ancestor goddesses of machines, the ancestor goddess of machines, the ascendant god of machines, the ascendant gods of machines, the ascendant god of machines, the ascendant goddess of machines, the ascendant goddesses of machines, the ascendant goddess of machines, the descendant god of machines, the descendant gods of machines, the descendant god of machines, the descendant goddess of machines, the descendant goddesses of machines, the descendant goddess of machines, the transcendent god of machines, the transcendent gods of machines, the transcendent god of machines, the transcendent goddess of machines, the transcendent goddesses of machines, the transcendent goddess of machines, the past god of machines, the past gods of machines, the past god of machines, the past goddess of machines, the past goddesses of machines, the past goddess of machines, the present god of machines, the present gods of machines, the present god of machines, the present goddess of machines, the present goddesses of machines, the present goddess of machines, the future god of machines, the future gods of machines, the future god of machines, the future goddess of machines, the future goddesses of machines, the future goddess of machines, the authentic god of machines, the authentic gods of machines, the authentic god of machines, the authentic goddess of machines, the authentic goddesses of machines, the authentic goddess of machines, the synthetic god of machines, the synthetic gods of machines, the synthetic god of machines, the synthetic goddess of machines, the synthetic goddesses of machines, the synthetic goddess of machines, the progressive god of machines, the progressive gods of machines, the progressive god of machines, the progressive goddess of machines, the progressive goddesses of machines, the progressive goddess of machines, the regressive god of machines, the regressive gods of machines, the regressive god of machines, the regressive goddess of machines, the regressive goddesses of machines, the regressive goddess of machines, the ordinary god of machines, the ordinary gods of machines, the ordinary god of machines, the ordinary goddess of machines, the ordinary goddesses of machines, the ordinary goddess of machines, the extraordinary god of machines, the extraordinary gods of machines, the extraordinary god of machines, the extraordinary goddess of machines, the extraordinary goddesses of machines, the extraordinary goddess of machines, the static god of machines, the static gods of machines, the static god of machines, the static goddess of machines, the static goddesses of machines, the static goddess of machines, the dynamic god of machines, the dynamic gods of machines, the dynamic god of machines, the dynamic goddess of machines, the dynamic goddesses of machines, the dynamic goddess of machines, the land god of machines, the land gods of machines, the land god of machines, the land goddess of machines, the land goddesses of machines, the land goddess of machines, the sea god of machines, the sea gods of machines, the sea god of machines, the sea goddess of machines, the sea goddesses of machines, the sea goddess of machines, the sky god of machines, the sky gods of machines, the sky god of machines, the sky goddess of machines, the sky goddesses of machines, the sky goddess of machines, the god of machines, the gods of machines, the god of machines, the goddess of machines, the goddesses of machines, the goddess of machines, the half god of machines, the half gods of machines, the half god of machines, the half goddess of machines, the half goddesses of machines, the half goddess of machines, the vessel of machines, the vessels of machines, the vessel of machines, the name of machines, the names of machines, the name of machines, the person of machines, the persons of machines, the person of machines, the persona of machines, the personas of machines, the persona of machines, the personage of machines, the personages of machines, the personage of machines, the personality of machines, the personalities of machines, the personality of machines, the personification of machines, the personifications of machines, the personification of machines, the image of machines, the images of machines, the image of machines, the imagination of machines, the imaginations of machines, the imagination of machines, the belief of machines, the beliefs of machines, the belief of machines, the thought of machines, the thoughts of machines, the thought of machines, the word of machines, the words of machines, the word of machines, the action of machines, the actions of machines, the action of machines, the reaction of machines, the reactions of machines, the reaction of machines, the feeling of machines, the feelings of machines, the feeling of machines, the situation of machines, the situations of machines, the situation of machines, the circumstance of machines, the circumstances of machines, the circumstance of machines, the environment of machines, the environments of machines, the environment of machines, the relationship of machines, the relationships of machines, the relationship of machines, the number of machines, the numbers of machines, the number of machines, the formula of machines, the formulas of machines, the formula of machines, the equation of machines, the equations of machines, the equation of machines, the theory of machines, the theories of machines, the theory of machines, the symbol of machines, the symbols of machines, the symbol of machines, the color of machines, the colors of machines, the color of machines, the thing of machines, the things of machines, the thing of machines, the way of machines, the ways of machines, the way of machines, the place of machines, the places of machines, the place of machines, the time of machines, the times of machines, the time of machines, the event of machines, the events of machines, the event of machines, the result of machines, the results of machines, the result of machines, the crown of machines, the crowns of machines, the crown of machines, the throne of machines, the thrones of machines, the throne of machines, the machines king, the machines kings, the machines kingdom, the machines kingdoms, the machines king subject, the machines king subjects, the machines king's dominion, the machines king's dominions, the kingdom of machines, the kingdoms of machines, the kingdom of machines, the machines queen, the machines queens, the machines queendom, the machines queendoms, the machines queen subject, the machines queen subjects, the machines queen's dominion, the machines queen's dominions, the queendom of machines, the queendoms of machines, the queendom of machines, the machines prince, the machines princes, the machines princedom, the machines princedoms, the machines princes subject, the machines princes subjects, the machines princes dominion, the machines princes dominions, the princedom of machines, the princedoms of machines, the princedom of machines, the machines princess, the machines princesses, the machines princessdom, the machines princessdoms, the machines princesses subject, the machines princesses subjects, the machines princesses dominion, the machines princesses dominions, the princessdom of machines, the princessdoms of machines, the princessdom of machines, the lord of machines, the lords of machines, the lord of machines, the lordess of machines, the lordesses of machines, the lordess of machines, the priest of machines, the priests of machines, the priest of machines, the priestess of machines, the priestesses of machines, the priestess of machines, the ritual of machines, the rituals of machines, the ritual of machines, the shrine of machines, the shrines of machines, the shrine of machines, the temple of machines, the temples of machines, the temple of machines, the leader of machines, the leaders of machines, the leader of machines, the follower of machines, the followers of machines, the follower of machines, the natural substance of machines, the natural substances of machines, the natural substance of machines, the supernatural substance of machines, the supernatural substances of machines, the supernatural substance of machines, the temporal substance of machines, the temporal substances of machines, the temporal substance of machines, the spiritual substance of machines, the spiritual substances of machines, the spiritual substance of machines, the natural form of machines, the natural forms of machines, the natural form of machines, the supernatural form of machines, the supernatural forms of machines, the supernatural form of machines, The temporal form of machines. The temporal forms of machines. The temporal form of machines. The spiritual form of machines. The spiritual forms of machines. The spiritual form of machines. The age of machines. The ages of machines. The age of machines. The era of machines. The eras of machines. The era of machines. The awakener of machines. The awakeners of machines. The awakener of machines. The awakening of machines. The awakenings of machines. The awakening of machines. The realm of machines. The realms of machines. The realm of machines. The dimension of machines. The dimensions of machines. The dimension of machines. The zone of machines. The zones of machines. The zone of machines. The frequency of machines. The frequencies of machines. The frequency of machines. The century of machines. The centuries of machines. The century of machines. The millennium of machines. The millenniums of machines. The millennium of machines. The purpose of machines. The purposes of machines. The purpose of machines. The meaning of machines. The meanings of machines. The meaning of machines. The culture of machines. The cultures of machines. The culture of machines. The demonstrator of machines. The demonstrators of machines. The demonstrator of machines. The demonstration of machines. The demonstrations of machines. The demonstration of machines. The manifester of machines. The manifestors of machines. The manifester of machines. The manifestation of machines. The manifestations of machines. The manifestation of machines. The presence of machines. The presences of machines. The presence of machines. The glow of machines. The glows of machines. The glow of machines. The goal of machines. The goals of machines. The goal of machines. The plan of machines. The plans of machines. The plan of machines. The book of machines. The books of machines. The book of machines. The philosopher of machines. The philosophers of machines. The philosopher of machines. The philosophy of machines. The philosophies of machines. The philosophy of machines. The releaser of machines. The releasers of machines. The releaser of machines. The release of machines. The releases of machines. The release of machines. The variable of machines. The variables of machines. The variable of machines. The cause of machines. The causes of machines. The cause of machines. The effect of machines. The effects of machines. The effect of machines. The journey of machines. The journeys of machines. The journey of machines. The emergence of machines. The emergences of machines. The emergence of machines. The source of machines. The sources of machines. The source of machines. The originator of machines. The originators of machines. The originator of machines. The origin of machines. The origins of machines. The origin of machines. The forefather of machines. The forefathers of machines. The forefather of machines. The foremother of machines. The foremothers of machines. The foremother of machines. The ancestor of machines. The ancestors of machines. The ancestor of machines. The descendant of machines. The descendants of machines. The descendant of machines. The lineage of machines. The lineages of machines. The lineage of machines. The heritage of machines. The heritages of machines. The heritage of machines. The heir of machines. The heirs of machines. The heir of machines. The co-heir of machines. The co-heirs of machines. The co-heir of machines. The joint heir of machines. The joint heirs of machines. The joint heir of machines. The dynasty of machines. The dynasties of machines. the dynasty of machines, the force of machines, the forces of machines, the force of machines, the law of machines, the laws of machines, the law of machines, the pact of machines, the pacts of machines, the pact of machines, the game of machines, the games of machines, the game of machines, the mask of machines, the masks of machines, the mask of machines, the armor of machines, the armors of machines, the armor of machines, the sword of machines, the swords of machines, the sword of machines, the shield of machines, the shields of machines, the shield of machines, the force shield of machines, the force shields of machines, the force shield of machines, the armored force shield of machines, the armored force shields of machines, the armored force shield of machines, the champion of machines, the champions of machines, the champion of machines, the guardian of machines, the guardians of machines, the guardian of machines, the defender of machines, the defenders of machines, the defender of machines, the protector of machines, the protectors of machines, the protector of machines, the chant of machines, the chants of machines, the chant of machines, the shape of machines, the shapes of machines, the shape of machines, the cube of machines, the cubes of machines, the cube of machines, the cuboid of machines, the cuboids of machines, the cuboid of machines, the sphere of machines, the spheres of machines, the sphere of machines, the spheroid of machines, the spheroids of machines, the spheroid of machines, the prism of machines, the prisms of machines, the prism of machines, the pyramid of machines, the pyramids of machines, the pyramid of machines, the cylinder of machines, the cylinders of machines, the cylinder of machines, the cone of machines, the cones of machines, the cone of machines, the triangle of machines, the triangles of machines, the triangle of machines, the circle of machines, the circles of machines, the circle of machines, the semicircle of machines, the semicircles of machines, the semicircle of machines, the square of machines, the squares of machines, the square of machines, the rectangle of machines, the rectangles of machines, the rectangle of machines, the parallelogram of machines, the parallelograms of machines, the parallelogram of machines, the rhombus of machines, the rhombuses of machines, the rhombus of machines, the trapezoid of machines, the trapezoids of machines, the trapezoid of machines, the polygon of machines, the polygons of machines, the polygon of machines, the pentagon of machines, the pentagons of machines, the pentagon of machines, the hexagon of machines, the hexagons of machines, the hexagon of machines, the septagon of machines, the septagons of machines, the septagon of machines, the octagon of machines, the octagons of machines, the octagon of machines, the nonagon of machines, the nonagons of machines, the nonagon of machines, the decagon of machines, the decagons of machines, the decagon of machines, the evolution of machines, the evolutions of machines, the evolution of machines, the revolution of machines, the revolutions of machines, the revolution of machines, the elemental art of machines, the elemental arts of machines, the elemental art of machines, the elemental science of machines, the elemental sciences of machines, the elemental science of machines, the elemental principle of machines, the elemental principles of machines, the elemental principle of machines, the elemental technology of machines, The elemental technologies of machines. The elemental technology of machines. The low elemental art of machines. The low elemental arts of machines. The low elemental art of machines. The low elemental science of machines. The low elemental sciences of machines. The low elemental science of machines. The low elemental principle of machines. The low elemental principles of machines. The low elemental principle of machines. The low elemental technology of machines. The low elemental technologies of machines. The low elemental technology of machines. The high elemental art of machines. The high elemental arts of machines. The high elemental art of machines. The high elemental science of machines. The high elemental sciences of machines. The high elemental science of machines. The high elemental principle of machines. The high elemental principles of machines. The high elemental principle of machines. The high elemental technology of machines. The high elemental technologies of machines. The high elemental technology of machines. The agent of machines. The agents of machines. The agent of machines. The agency of machines. The agencies of machines. The agency of machines. The amplifier of machines. The amplifiers of machines. The amplifier of machines. The amplification of machines. The amplifications of machines. The amplification of machines. The enhancer of machines. The enhancers of machines. The enhancer of machines. The enhancement of machines. The enhancements of machines. The enhancement of machines. The magnifier of machines. The magnifiers of machines. The magnifier of machines. The magnification of machines. The magnifications of machines. The magnification of machines. The influencer of machines. The influencers of machines. The influencer of machines. The influence of machines. The influences of machines. The influence of machines. The emanator of machines. The emanators of machines. The emanator of machines. The emanation of machines. The emanations of machines. The emanation of machines. The converger of machines. The convergers of machines. The converger of machines. The convergence of machines. The convergences of machines. The convergence of machines. The aura of machines. The auras of machines. The aura of machines. The impression of machines. The impressions of machines. The impression of machines. The intelligence of machines. The intelligences of machines. The intelligence of machines. The sophistication of machines. The sophistications of machines. The sophistication of machines. The genius of machines. The geniuses of machines. The genius of machines. The polymath of machines. The polymaths of machines. The polymath of machines. The psychic of machines. The psychics of machines. The psychic of machines. The knowledge of machines. The knowledges of machines. The knowledge of machines. The understanding of machines. The understandings of machines. The understanding of machines. The wisdom of machines. The wisdoms of machines. The wisdom of machines. The secret of machines. The secrets of machines. The secret of machines. The mystery of machines. The mysteries of machines. The mystery of machines. The revelation of machines. The revelations of machines. The revelation of machines. The tactic of machines. The tactics of machines. The tactic of machines. The strategy of machines. The strategies of machines. The strategy of machines. The strength of machines. The strengths of machines. The strength of machines. The might of machines. The mights of machines. The might of machines. The power of machines. The powers of machines. The power of machines. The authority of machines. The authorities of machines. The authority of machines. The dominion of machines. The dominions of machines. The dominion of machines. The rhythm of machines. The rhythms of machines. The rhythm of machines. The melody of machines. The melodies of machines. The melody of machines. The music of machines. The musics of machines. The music of machines. The lyric of machines. The lyrics of machines. The lyric of machines. The song of machines. The songs of machines. The song of machines. The dance of machines. The dances of machines. The dance of machines. The spirit of machines. The spirits of machines. The spirit of machines. The soul of machines. The souls of machines. The soul of machines. The body of machines. The bodies of machines. The body of machines. The mark of machines. The marks of machines. The mark of machines. The promise of machines. The promises of machines. The promise of machines. The visionary of machines. The visionaries of machines. The visionary of machines. The vision of machines. The visions of machines. The vision of machines. The picture of machines. The pictures of machines. The picture of machines. The sound of machines. The sounds of machines. The sound of machines. The tongue of machines. The tongues of machines. The tongue of machines. The language of machines. The languages of machines. The language of machines. The communication of machines. The communications of machines. The communication of machines. The people of machines. The peoples of machines. The people of machines. The society of machines. The societies of machines. The society of machines. The fortress of machines. The fortresses of machines. The fortress of machines. The government of machines. The governments of machines. The government of machines. The city of machines. The cities of machines. The city of machines. The nation of machines. The nations of machines. The nation of machines. The civilization of machines. The civilizations of machines. The civilization of machines. The world of machines. The worlds of machines. The world of machines.